She just became a sandwich. Sorry, I'm laughing at your expense. Okay, hello, good afternoon, everyone. Well, thank you. The hospitality industry is vital to the success of our city and plays an important role in shaping the experiences of millions of visitors who come to our city each year. This spirit of hospitality is also reflected in our Rotary Club as we proudly welcome visiting Rotarians who travel to Vegas throughout the year in town for conventions and vacations. Their presence enriches our meetings, strengthens international friendships, and reinforces Rotary's commitment to meaningful connection. My name is Janice Lemke, and I'm proud to be your 103rd president. I'm I'm going to invite Anil Melvin, who you are invoking.
Everybody's excited about the book. Yeah, I am actually not. It's not. Okay, I'm not going to do it. I don't know if long time. Be fearless and fearless, never wavering in your dedication. Give freely, self-control, sincere, peaceful, loving, and full of good desires.
And Sean Sennett, first song. I don't know why. I'm a glutton for punishment, but I always ask you to songs.
All right, start quick with better.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
Thank you, sir. And then I'm going to turn it over to past President Tom Crow, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and our Sergeant of Arms.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance
Be seated. Some thank yous today for setup, Lynn Ng and Dr. Kathy Mahon. Greeters, we had several. We had Solea. We had Patrick Ballinger. We had George Pickhoff, is how I say it. Ticket sales, we had Martha Garcia. And we had Tom Umarelli. It's so easy, right? Photographer Tina Bishop, scribe Susan Ziobra, thank you, and AD to lip off, tear down Dr. Michael Williams. So if anybody wants to help him, I don't know. If Michael, are you here? Is he here? Yay! Okay, so we're gonna go. I wanted to just welcome a few people back, and if I miss anyone, don't take it personal. Please raise your hand. Well, we have Anna Newman. She won't be here for my demotion, but we have her for 4 days this week. So good to see you. I know, hectic travel schedule, Europe, whatever. Um, Jason Frederico, it's good to see you. We're so sorry for your loss, sir. Larry Cohn, welcome back from, I think you've been gone a couple months. It feels like 2 months. I don't know. And Tobias, Flap, it's so good to see you. I had to ask Sean who you were, but she cleared it up for me. Am I missing anyone that we haven't seen for a few weeks? A month? Brock Glacier? Yeah, he never came up and said hello. But yeah, you did. He did. He really did. Brock, welcome back from your travels. I just got so excited about your guest, I forgot about you. I'm so sorry. Okay, so we're going to go international guest. No. Do we have visiting Rotary? We do, but Brock is pushing your hand down. He wants to wait. Do we have visiting Rotarians? Oh, my God, of course.
Hey, I'm a Rotarian for 34 years. My name is very easy to say in the language. Tadeu. I'm from Rotary Club from São Paulo. São Paulo State.
I'm so glad you could come back if you. Do we have other visiting Rotarians? Okay, we're going to go to guests of Rotarians.
I'm here, and I have my friend Sally Brown with me. She's my friend. And we go to all the horse races and all over the country because her husband used to own about 800 horses. And then we go to all the concerts and all the hockey and wrestling. We go, so we cover everything.
Can I gain your tighter circle of friends? Because you do a lot. Welcome.
I invited Karina King, who's going to be inducted next week as a guest today. I welcome her to, pre-welcome. How's that? So she's inducted.
Welcome back. Any other guests? Yeah, we do. We have a special guest today.
Once again, we have the unique honor of having a longtime Rotarian member from back in the 80s, an honorary member today, and we're just practicing for his 100th birthday coming up in February. Dr. Bill Steffen.
Welcome back, Bill.
Absolutely. Okay, any other guests of Rotarians? Did I miss anybody? Okay. What about guests of our club, which we've already, I think, introduced? Okay. We're going to go to the head table, the president's table, sorry. We have joining me Suzette Wheeler. George, thank you for your multi-duty today. Thank you for joining us. We have Foundation President Rosalie Hedrick. We have my colleague at Access, Sarah Brander. And we have our speaker. So I've known Megan for a lot of years. And I always just say Megan, right? So I know your last name is, I'm going to either do the French, Canadian, or European French. I'm not sure which one. But all John Bo is what I'm saying. But I know I butcher it every time. It's pretty easy, but you can correct it. But also, if you would introduce your daughter.
Hi, good afternoon. It's Art Shambo, yes, but you can call me Megan. But this is my daughter, Colette, a recent graduate of Bishop Gorman, class of 2026. Yeah.
Welcome, and tell everyone where you're going to school. The University of Arizona. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. go right into announcements. I'm going to start with saying there's a roster insert at the front table, so please pick that up for your roster. And let's see here. I kind of do the order where they're sitting, but I'm kind of like, where is past President Kirkhouse? Oh, he's right there by you.
That was a good guess. So two more weeks. 2 more weeks. So I've got to put up with you for 2 more. We're going to have a debunking party at Jerry Engel's house. I want everybody to come dressed in sneakers and fancy shoes. And I want everybody to be comfortable because it's going to be in the backyard. It's probably pretty warm. And I would imagine, well, I will tell you, a number of you are going to help us in participation of debunking and things. It's not just going to be one little team of people. We're going to get everybody involved that we can. You'll know about it as you come into the park. You are part of it.
Are you doing a slash mob? Is that what you're doing?
So that's why, never mind. Not going to go anywhere with that. But remember, Jerry Engel's house, Queens Ridge, 125. I'm going to start around 6 o'clock. Okay? Everybody be there. Appreciate it.
And then if we could take it over to Antoinette at this first table.
Good afternoon, everybody. Our next highway cleanup will be held on July 18th. We'll start at 8 a.m. when we meet over by Bonnie Springs. There'll be a sign up in the green book, so make sure to sign up, come on out. It's a beautiful morning and a fun time, and then we will follow that with brunch at Gary Bennett's, which is always fantastic. So July 18th at 8 a.m. Thank you.
I saw Randall, where did you sit? I saw Barry. They're hiding behind Sean.
I'm trying to. So this past week, our club had the honor of, actually last week, time flies, the honor of hosting the Rotary Friendship Exchange. Sorry about that. It was an extraordinary reminder of the true power of Rotary, building a genuine global community where people from vastly different cultures, whether it's family, shared meals, stories, laughter, and heartful conversations which offer us community. How these exchanges allow us to learn from one another, deepen our understanding of the world, and partner together in repairing it one friendship at a time. I want to give a heartfelt thanks to everyone who opened up their hearts. Yodro, Brian Riley, Kay Johnson, Bonnie Tucker, my wife Connie, Don Holland, Janice, Kirk, Martha, Rao and his wife Debbie, Rampour, Linda, Liz, Michael Williams, and all behind the scenes. If you've been thinking about getting involved in the friendship exchange, whether hosting, planning, or traveling, I can tell you from experience, it will change how you see the world and make you an even better Rotarian in person. So thank you all.
Thank you for everything you did. We're going to come right here, Tom, to Sue.
Thank you, President Janice, and good afternoon, during the guests. Positioning myself here near some of these props. Our club was honored to be invited to a Garden of Gratitude session at Hollingsworth by Sadie, attended by Tina and Gwen and myself, and represented with a certificate that I'll leave up at the front so you can see, add a little gift. This was an event that the principal puts on at the end of each year for the parents, the students, and really nice that we were honored and indicated that they appreciate our support.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you to the Education Committee. Past President Karen Wiggins.
Good afternoon, Rotary. A month ago, you all received the committee sign-up sheets and also your pledge form with the deadline of May 29. And I think we passed that date, so if you have not got this form into John, please do so right now as soon as possible. What will happen July 1st, if you don't have this pledge form, it will default to the recommended amount. So unless you want to pay that recommended amount, please get those forms. And then she also has asked me to mention, please RSVP to her on lunches. We've had several weeks in a row when numbers have been out, and that is either purchase on staff here to come up with more meals, or we have too many meals that we don't have. So please get in your form, the pledge form, and RSVP.
Okay, and Susan Gilbert.
Aviators night out. We had a great time. We had 10 Rotarians and guests that came to volunteer, and it was very efficient. We got the tent set up, even though it was very windy, and we had our family and gypsies out and we did 78 of 105 times. Lots of parents and successful.
Thank you very much. And then I have the last announcement. There is a slide. We have the 25 Club social. It celebrates the 25 Club and the meaning of the 25 Club. It is June 17th. I hope I have that right. Thank you. I know people will correct me real quick. It's 6 o'clock. Vanessa Barrett Faria. I'm bad with names. So she was our small business speaker a few weeks ago, right? She is hosting us at she's just doing a fabulous job. So we sent out the invitation, and it is for family restaurant, not the cantina. So we sent that out. It's up on the slide, and she's going to have a nice food spread. She said drinks. We'll find out what that is. But I'm sure there'll be alcohol available to purchase, but knowing her generosity. So hope to see people sign up because, again, this is to celebrate the 25 Club. It's mainly a social, but there will be a little bit of educational components as well. We got lots of presentations. I'm trying to figure out which one to do first. Huh? Whatever. Rosalie, would you like to come? Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I wanted to make an announcement. I'm speaking on behalf of Anthony Moran from West Share. He wrote us a really nice note in regards to the seat drive that we did recently for our corporate member, West Share Corporation. And I'm just going to read directly what his note was to you all, so you know that they really appreciate our efforts, our partnership, and how we are collaborating with them as a corporate member. So he was disappointed that he could not be here today. Everything occupied his day, obviously. So here it starts. Most importantly, I don't want to be absent to take away from what has become an incredibly meaningful and impactful event. This year's third annual food drive has grown beyond anything we could have imagined, and the response from the individuals receiving these foods has been overwhelmingly positive. The confidence and encouragement this partnership provides continues to make a real difference in people's lives. I am so grateful for Rotary's continued support for everyone who helped make this year's drive such a success. Please extend my sincere thanks to all those who are involved. The story and impact reflected in those slides really belong to all of you and help demonstrate what can happen when organizations come together with a shared purpose. Impact itself was amazing and will continue to grow for the next. Also excited about the upcoming opportunity at Harris Springs in October, which is another event that I'm working on with them partners in Greg's year, doing a cleanup at their men's facility. So, thank you all. Thank you. Tom, I'm going to ask you to get up again. Can you the microphone to Patrick? Good. Yeah. So I always love reading about Brady, seeing highlights about Brady. So will you tell everyone what they're looking at, Patrick, and then we're going to play that little video.
Well, what you've seen is Brady had broken a bone and back surgery. It took 4 to 6 weeks to come back, 6 weeks to come back. And that was him being re-interviewed from to the game at a critical point a couple weeks ago. They gave the fans and the team a look. He came in the 7th inning and came back and won the game. So that helped us in that sense. What you see on the right is when the game was over, they won the regional, and they announced Brady not starting, but coming in and then playing. They announced Brady as an all regional team member for the tournament. So. And that was when he just learned that he had won as he was up there. It kind of hit us all at once.
Oh, too bad, but you get the gist of the photo. It was watching that video was really special. When he was hugging his mom and then turned around and acknowledged Dad was pretty special. So congratulations. Dr. Nikki Brunetti, calling Paige and Dr. Brunetti.
Good afternoon, Rotarians and Jazz. Today, we have a lot of recognition. Yay! Perhaps it's not so bad. Those are some of my favorite words that remind us of Rotary's mission. And Rotary needs to extraordinary and activities here these projects are without the generous support of Rotary and talent. Thank you for your wish and please accept. Hopefully, all and have slowly allowing him to become absolutely absolutely and has great things are there. That's just so you have quite
is that is and it'll go to school. That's dedicated so much good. Well, seniors and children, and children, and I would too. That's a station. We know this of children, families, and communities. When people's basic needs are met, they can pursue inspiration. That extends to community, equality, and hospital fellows provide toward a more we see this so soon that the step does every year. What a blessing to be part of this and of the community and that so much. Rotarians, please soon and join me in congratulating Jason and Anita on becoming Paul. Time for fellowship today. Before we do that, can you take the microphone over to Soleil? Hey, she changed her name. It's not my fault if I get it wrong. Okay, so tell us what was.
So I publish 2 community magazines here in Vegas to the affluent audience in the Southwest and in Summerlin. And I have donated a full page for Rotary to advertise in my magazines for the next few months. Thank you. And I'm committed to really helping the organizations in this community, the nonprofits, gain a.
Thank you so much. And if you look the ad, this is our first official ad. We've done press releases, we've done flyers, but this is our first official ad that we can use for so many, education payroll, so many causes. It's on our website. And Sarah Thornton, her team, put this ad together for us. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We're very excited.
I would like also to extend an invitation to advertise then the events of the club, not only through an ad, but also in our calendar events, which we have at the end of the magazine.
Wonderful. Karen Wisenhunt is going to take note of that for President-elect Greg C. Yeah. And President-elect Greg McGuire, in case you didn't know, he is at the RI convention. And so, no, not Michael Kudemar is not, but Elliot Harris is also there. I don't know if anyone else is, but that's where they are. Rampur is there too. So that's great representation. So thank you again for that exposure. 2 quick things. In your wheel, our member spotlight is her husband is in the military, and she was I don't know. I should know this. Florida. She lives in Florida. And so, yeah, we're just so thrilled for her. And she cried when she saw the feature in the wheel. Surprise and delight. Yeah, I'm looking at you. You'd have to come up and get your gift. So their surprise and delight was in the wheel, and it says, my face is blocking whose face? So Sean, I think Sean Sennett took that picture. It's in the wheel. It's where I had my face here last week. Tony was standing behind it doing a presentation. So it was a pretty funny photo. So it's in the wheel under the ads. So as a gift, Nikki reached out to me and said, it's Tony's turn. So I'm giving you, I support small businesses in the community. It's so important to me. Our friends at With Love and Company donated some face products. Sorry, I cracked myself up. It's healing balm, health shield, and some lip balm. So I know it took a while, right? Wasn't it a good one? All right. Well, congratulations. All right, guys, we're gonna enjoy some fellowship. Oh wait, you want to put it up? We'll try it. There it is. There's the video, Patrick. Yeah. Oh, it's so touchy. So proud. I love that. Anyway, so enjoy some fellowship. Okay. I'm going to do the raffle. I almost forgot it. You would let me know. Okay. For a chance to draw the Joker to win half the pot, which is over 4,000 after today. Don't clap yet. No. 4695343. Four hearts. Christopher. Lowry's up. 4695332. What you want to listen to me? 4695332. John, I might need another ticket. I know, the girls like 4695332. So Layla, have you ever heard about the fines that we give out? Get up here. Like if you don't pay attention or, various things. But you gave us a free ad times 2 months times, ooh, that could, so congratulations, $50 in Lowry. The riot. Okay. I get to introduce our speaker today. It is my pleasure to introduce Megan, one of the Las Vegas most respected hospitality leaders. She exemplifies the strength, vision, and excellence of female leadership in our city and throughout the hospitality industry. As Vice President of Hotel Group Sales for MGM Resorts International, she plays a pivotal role in driving the continued success of Las Vegas, guys, as a premier global meeting and event destination. Her leadership, strategic vision, and dedication to excellence have helped position MGM in our world-class destination. Known for her commitment to mentorship, innovation, and service, Megan has earned the admiration of colleagues and industry professionals alike. She is passionate about developing future leaders, creating exceptional guest experiences, and fostering meaningful relationships that strengthen both our industry and our community. Please join me in welcoming a remarkable leader, mentor, and advocate for Las Vegas, Megan.
Good. Well, thank you so much for having me today. I am very excited today. First and foremost, my colleague. Fun fact: I actually started working for something about 25 years ago when I first moved to Los Angeles. So a lot of people mistake us with each other. So hopefully I will do it for justice today. But today, is really about my opinion. And obviously, if you have any questions along the way, I would love to hear them. But really kind of talking about what I do in my current role. So sometimes people think it's a title and we don't really understand what that means. But in essence, my job is conventions that take place in the portfolio within MGM Resort. So what that means is I support the commercial sales team, catering teams that put together the food and beverage experiences, as well as the teams that do all the setup for all of our meetings and events. And we call it the South Portfolio of MGM Resort. That really means, kind of easy to remember, I'm Megan, Jim, MGM Grand, Mandalay Bay, and every single team. So that includes W Las Vegas, Luxor, Caliber, New York, So my days are busy, but I am delighted to take some time out of the day and be here today. So, you know, again, what I do is a privilege, and my team literally every day gets changes. Our customers, our needs, and our potential customers, they are ongoing. The minute you get comfortable, they want something different. And so we are kind of a team of pivoting and offering new experiences for our customers. I think if you look at how Las Vegas has evolved, we really have to take the guest experience into that consideration because their expectations have changed. And I really want to look at what the future holds to connect our people, our purpose, and our performance overall. Okay, so let's start thinking about how this is evolved. I know, Janice, I was reading your description in the catalog as well. And this city has changed. When I started here 25 years ago, you know, I still think it was predominantly. Obviously, we were starting to lean into entertainment a little bit, but it has evolved into a entertainment capital where you have the best in class entertainment events, citywide conventions that cannot be matched anywhere else. And we are so proud of what our destination has. I think about the events that are in the stadium, T-Mobile, so yeah, tonight. All right. I was hopefully we can get it done today and then Sunday and be done. F1, Super Bowl, it's pretty incredible. With the enhancement of all the additional amazing things in our city, we've really seen this rise in what we're calling B-leisure. So B-leisure is, time is so precious, right? And so if you go to a convention or an event, what we're seeing is people are adding on a day before or after to kind of mix fun and professional. So, for example, I have a lot of conventioneers that come in a day before. Maybe they want to go to the event of this year. Maybe they want to go to the Golden State, right? Or one of these other amazing in the city. And you hear that around the country when you're going to these events throughout the entire U.S. I think it's something that we continue to do. Our time is so precious, and I think we are so, as a guest, really try to mix those events as much as we can together. So for us, our job is to make it easy for them, right? Now, whether it's for the group customers specifically, kind of giving them those tools, partnering with our Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority to make sure that their attendees know what is going on in and around their events. And hopefully they add a day or two or three and have a little fun while they're here in the city. We also, I believe, and I think we know that the hospitality is a key engine that's driving our economy. And mega conventions in the city, they do more than just sell guest rooms. They sustain jobs, they support businesses, small and large, and they drive economic resilience. Conventions specifically are so important to MGM Resorts. We are actually kind of doubling down on this. We just did an amazing renovation of the Mandalay Bay Convention Center. We have updated MGM Grand Convention Center, and we're really looking at how we can make it easier for our customers to book meetings and events in the city. Just like business evolution happens, so are we trying to make it easier for our customers as well. And so we're actually going to restructure right now where now we have a salesperson who actually have the ability to sell a lot more hotels for our customers. So if a customer calls in with an opportunity, now a salesperson can actually provide pricing and availability for up to 7 different resorts at one time, which is pretty incredible to make it easier for our customers. Also, customers sometimes the groups grow, sometimes they shrink, sometimes they shift. And that salesperson can go different every throughout any of our resorts, which is pretty incredible. I also think about how group spaces hotels at Mandalay Bay. I have only had Mandalay Bay under my purview for, I think, March, somewhere. But this is the first time in my career that I have looked at a hotel with conventions that is so important to the life of that building. It's over 50% market mix in that building alone, but they do everything with the convention customer in mind. An example is the foundation room. Did you know it closed for renovation and it is coming back into the final room? It's going to be opened in early August, and their goal is to open it up just in time for Black Hat, which is a huge convention that takes place the second week of August in our city. So we are making those decisions for our convention customers specifically, which is just really incredible. I always love the balance between casino and convention and leisure, but it's Mandalay Bay is pretty special that convention really dominates. And we're really making sure that they feel welcomed and we use all of our targets around. So as the city evolves, our guests are definitely changing. There's a shift in psychology on guest behavior, especially since COVID. I think now more than ever, people prioritize their experiences over stuff. I am very guilty of that. My husband knows I would rather have the experience of a elaborate vacation and the memories that we with, with my family. My daughter, for example, attached to it. I just think it's important, and I think our guests feel that same way. The other flip side of that is when they do give us their time, they expect flawless. It is no longer just a luxury expectation. It is basically for every interaction that they have when they walk into a hotel. If they're giving us their money, they're choosing this destination to spend their time in. They expect that they're going to have a good time and they're going to have a lot of availability for that. The other thing that's interesting is when I first started, we used to always talk about the experience from start to finish. That's kind of the standard now. That isn't the goal. That is kind of the base. Personalization is key. They expect when you walk into a hotel that you know what they want, that you know that they like a room on a high floor or away from the elevator or what their amenities are. And so while that can be a little bit challenging, right, to keep track of, it does make the guest experience pretty incredible. Challenge our staff to make sure that they're out front of house interacting with our customers and really getting to know them. I challenge our team members daily that if we see a guest walking around, to walk up to them and interact with them and make sure that they know it's doing the directions and meaning of them. When I opened up the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas, 16 years ago, I don't even know what that was. We didn't wear name tags. Remember that at the Cosmopolitan? People thought that was weird. The reason why we didn't do that was because our chief basically told us they don't want guests to know who the staff member and who's the guest. They expect us as employees of the hotel to walk up to a guest and see how they can help them if someone looks lost. So we were really shy a couple hours a day to make sure that we walked around, we were on the floor, that we were interacting with our customers, because that's what hospitality is, right? The beautiful buildings up and down the street, in and out of the, arches and roads, but really what makes the difference is the people and the interaction that they can get through this. Our goal is to get into resorts, to make massive, huge resorts feel intimate, small, personal. Not always an easy feat when you have 5,000 rooms, 7,000 rooms, things like that. But we try our best to make sure that we're really thinking about that because, again, personalization is just so critical. When we think about the new era of meetings and events and what our customers want, focusing on experience and personalization, it can actually bleed over to the meetings and events world. One thing that's really unique in this city and in Indiana specifically is the ability to do this campus approach, right? So if you're doing an event at ARIA, you could use Bellagio, Cosmopolitan, Zadara, MGM, and you do not have to rent a bus, you do not have to get on transfer groups, anything like that. There's no other place in the world where we can create this campus feel for the people for our customers, and that's pretty incredible. So we're looking for things like that all the time. Our guests do not want experiences in four walls and projectors. They might need it every now and then, but for the most part, they want to get out and they want experiences everywhere they go. Our meeting planners who are designing events, they really have three top groups. The first is ROI for engagement. They want immersive experiences where their guests feel like they've completely gotten away from their day-to-day and grown and network with everybody around them. They have to deliver those visits to their stakeholders, and that's pretty incredible. That immersive experience is not going away. I mean, look at areas like tea, how incredible that is. The Sphere, we talk about everything that we do. Tailgate Beach Club, for example, just for the Mandalay Bay, they added food around 365 degrees. So when you're in that venue, you're constantly entertained. Now, I have a little bit of ADD, so sometimes like that is a little bit of stimulation for me, but I think the point is that people want the ability to all a better experience. What's interesting too is it's kind of a design learning experience. Sometimes in meetings and events that we're really communicative, I'm seeing pop up more of quiet rooms or kind of disengaged rooms. So when you're at a conference, if you are in the place, you have an ability to kind of sit away and quiet and sit and kind of understand what's going on versus always being on and out like that, which is a pretty cool thing. The second big goal of our newsletters is wellness and sustainability, which kind of goes in line with that quiet and I spoke about. But people love natural light, they demand it, they want to know their options, and they really want to create every event that they do. We were talking about this with our food and beverage team recently. Our business model was designed off of like cheap industries and buffets and things like that. That's not what any customer really wants anymore. Every now and then it pops up, but what they're really asking for is personalized, little, individualized service. So when you go into a venue, it's more of an experience as well. You can also get healthier options, so that it's salads, or nuts, or things like that. That definitely challenges us from a labor perspective, because we have to kind of balance all of those together to try to understand how to stay forward thinking, how to provide the best experience for our customers, but also maintain our budget and margins as well. And then the third kind of target that they're really thinking about is corporate social responsibility. I am lucky to work for a company that really focuses on social responsibility in everything we do. We really are focused on what matters, and that's our tagline and it's in our ecosystem. But they want groups want to leave a positive footprint on our local economy. They want to engage with local charities and make sure that they're giving back to our industry. I recently had ASAP Field Conclave. So I sit on the board for Hospitality Charitable Foundation as well. We talked about mentorship, and in this, we actually provide full-ride scholarships for children that are going to UNLV that come from low-income families but are talented academically. And with their mentorship, they actually get paired with a mentor. Like I get one each year, and our job is to actually, help guide students throughout their experience, and also find them to do jobs within our hospitality industry, which I think is pretty incredible. So for AFAB, we actually had one of my students come by and get on a panel and they made a donation to the charity because they wanted to have a position to give back, which I just think is really incredible to work for a company interested in local organization. So where do we go from here? I think what excites me the most is converging of all of these different business, entertainment, culinary, and then I know I haven't really spoke about technology, but I would be good not to mention that. But learning all of these together kind of create all new experiences. We have a lot of conversations about AI. I think there's like scared and excited. Some people are in the middle of that. I will tell you from my perspective, AI is a tool to move quicker and move faster for our customers, understanding the personal preferences out of the gate. It's really incredible. And if somebody that wants to spend more time face-to-face with customers, if I can have a technology platform that can help me get some of the, stuff that I don't want to do out of the way, and just give you the resources so I can focus on the human element, I am all on board. But we are kind of figuring that out as well. We have to prepare how to do the challenges for the next 5 to 10 years. Where I think the biggest challenge for my industry is workforce. It seems like hospitality sometimes isn't like the cool career that everybody wants. I mean, you have to love this. You have to be a little crazy to want to work for a business that works 365 days a year. It doesn't turn on. We are part of that club. I don't know if anybody else is. But it is true, right? But what I always say is, like, I get to do this. This is a pretty incredible industry to work and represent. And I think that they blank ballroom and they create this amazing experience. It just gets me excited. My husband gets a little irritated to go on trips, and I want to check out the music space in the hotel, and he doesn't find that as much fun as I do. But I like to see how, food and beverages are displayed, or how they're displaying, basic amenities, because I think we can learn from each other and continue to grow. We were in South Africa a couple of years ago, and just see the I've ever been to, and I brought a lot of those, I brought some advice for my food and beverage team on how to up their game. So I think it's pretty incredible on what we do. We need to find other talented leaders that want to be in this industry as well. And I'm really partnering with helping with their curriculum. It's involving a lot because trying to explain what convention sales is to students. You know, a lot of them think we should be front desk or culinary, but there's this whole new world and everything in between that they pursue. And I was to kind of close, you know, I just want to kind of leave you with a thought. As we move into this increasingly digital world, I think it's really important to kind of remain focused on the human-centric of our industry. Again, it's just about really interacting with our customers. You know, we can build the most beautiful resorts up and down the street, the finest menus, the best chefs, smartest technology. But at the end of the day, it's the authentic human connection that can't be replaced. I think it makes people come back. You know, how you feel really it motivates you to come back over and over again. And it's the hard work of our teams and our operating teams that are in the hotels every day that truly bring all of our spaces to life. I want to thank you so much for the time today. It's been a privilege, and I would be happy to answer.
Thank you, Megan, for that presentation. Our club created a category of membership for corporations on the assumption that C-suite people couldn't come every single Thursday, but a group of people from that company could come. I'm wondering, when is MGM going to join a corporate membership in our club?
Good. Wow. Salesperson after my own heart. Wow. If you want to send me, if anyone wants to reach out to me, Maria Gotti really kind of leads our efforts on all philanthropy and community outgiving, but I would be happy to have that conversation.
Thank you for your presentation. First of all, I'd like to congratulate your daughter as an Arizona alum. You've made the right choice. So enjoy yourself down there.
Thank you. Not too much, though. She's there to study.
Okay, Mom. I'm kind of curious about there's been a lot of press about the expense of Las Vegas, and certainly as a local, I kind of avoid this trip because it's a little ridiculous sometimes. I just wonder what you see in terms of trends there. Is that actually the way you're going to go after the premium guests, or what's going on?
So there is a good question. There's a study out, and I don't want to misquote it, but to paraphrase, you know, if you look back in 2019, it said 50% of our people that come into Las Vegas make over $100,000 in the city. That number has shrunk down to 25%. And so the reason, so the people that are spending money are still coming to Las Vegas and still spending money, right? And that's why you see our top tier hotels doing very, very well. It's the lower tier hotels that are suffering. So in my business, specifically Luxor and Excalibur, it's just hard. It is so hard, right, to get the customer. I mean, we've dropped rates as low as like $9 midweek at some point, which is a hard battle. So that's what we're really up against. You know, I do think the hotel industry in the Las Vegas community is trying to change around that. We're also exclusive. We started that, and that's other hotels have kind of gone on board. I think I think the price of things is okay in some places, but I think where, for example, like if the resort fee is $40, it shouldn't be $40, right? And so that's where we're really kind of going back to the drawing board. I do think though traveling in general has gotten expensive anywhere you go. I mean, I was just at I think for daughter's volleyball tournament, not that big of a kid. And it was like I was paying $300 a night at the Marriott Courtyard, and it was like $12 for a bottle of water, right? And so sometimes I think Vegas just a lot of it is noise. But I do think from a visitation perspective, we are just not getting the same amount of people that make lower income in the city.
I can't keep up with all the conventions. Some counting, you mentioned one that I've never heard of.
Black Hat?
Yeah, what is that?
So Black Hat is a cybersecurity convention. So their competitor is DEF CON. It happens at the same time. I can't remember the name. It's thousands of people that come together. I think it's about 20,000 people in the city. But their corporations focus on cybersecurity. And so we always have to turn off our lives during their convention because they like hackers. And, you know, they're trying to figure out how to break things. But they're the good guys. They're making it safe for them. Definitely.
Megan, thank you so much. That was actually really good, very informative. And so, you know, I'm chair of corporate leadership. And
Okay.
I already have your email, so I will add that in along with my Santa Claus pledge as well.
Awesome.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm going to connect with
She
Carrie.
said, so my first introduction, to your organization was we already did it 2 years ago, the Santa Claus event, and then a group of us from a sales organization joined you guys last year, and it was amazing. I think I was saying anytime you interact with children and they get to pick out their own clothes, I just thought it was absolutely fantastic. So thank you for doing that.
No worries. And on top of that, I have a question. So, I have read articles where alcohol sales are down historically across the United States about 50%. I also have a friend who works at Nevada Safety and Spirits, and he actually was a demo one night. We were chatting about it, and I said, "Is that actually real, or is that just noise?" Because actually, their sales declined quite a bit. I was kind of shocked, actually, about 50%. It mirrored up with the article that I read. So I want to know what your thought is on that. And then the health aspect of it is another factor that you can have as well that you're focusing on, where people are not necessarily drinking as much anymore because they're more centered on health and because of more so the cost of health insurance and all those factors. So can you elaborate on those two subjects?
Yeah, good question. First and foremost, I laughed. So I was part of an accelerated leadership program for the resorts. I think was the year. I think it was after COVID, and we had to pick a topic to kind of work on, and our topic was food and beverage. And hilariously enough, I wanted to focus on non-alcohol choices for our customers because I saw that market was growing. I got turned down, and we focused on something else. But now, right, 4 years later, it's hilarious when we're doing this on non-alcoholic beverage. We are seeing a huge trend with that. I think the younger generations are much more focused on their health overall. I will tell you, my daughter in the room is way healthier than I did at 17. Every single day they think about it. I never thought about that for a minute. I mean, I definitely did not stay away from alcohol either. So that close your ears. But we are focused now on a bigger beverage program and offering more of it, become zero proof now. Mocktail is out, just FYI, zero proof has been. Because mocktail implies sugar and like fruity drinks, and that's not necessarily what it is. But you can get a lot of great brands now that will offer like a zero proof vodka or a zero proof rum or whatever. It kind of tastes like alcohol, but it's not. And like I love a bit of myself a little beer. Like I think it's great. So I think that there is just more focus on that, right, overall. So it's a huge direction we're going in. And then I think overall, yeah.
Megan, thank you. I have a question about your mentor program. Is that for only high school people or colleges, or are they
We will still do good question. We will still it's open for freshmen here in college. You can apply for it, but after that, it's a full ride scholarship. So you can pay for your scholarship or your tuition, books, everything. Because these kids come with income, combined household income is under $70,000 total. So a lot of them, 5 people in a house, multiple, they're all looking for jobs. So it's seniors and high school and freshmen. So we'll be doing our read of
Thank you. As a local, I would often attend events. We went out to and sometimes it's irritating to people who you don't know or working out of town how to hear about this. It's never from the hotel council. It's always like so to what extent the portfolio is so widespread and to what extent council concierge stuff to be able to provide access to events and outside.
It's a good question, but I think our concierge it's kind of changed. We actually such a low capture rate of guests coming to the concierge desk in general that we've actually combined the concierge effort for our company. I think so many more people are leaning on ChatGPT or Google or whatever, right? There's a technology platform that we honestly, the people that actually go to a real concierge desk and actually ask those questions, it's diminished so much, unfortunately. But it is a good thought to make sure that they have the most up-to-date information. But I just think that overall, it's really
That was enlightening. Thank you. So, on your behalf, with this one project too, right? We have made a donation in your name to help combat cancer in our community. And then when I come into your office area soon, I hope there's no pressure. This is our 100-year centennial for our club. Okay. So, to adjourn our meeting and conclude our focus on the hospitality industry, let us leave with the understanding that each of us plays a role in the hospitality design of our city. Thank you so much. Meeting adjourned.